I've had enough of the manipulation, the games, the gaslighting, the abuse and disrespect. Toxic people throughout my life have treated me terribly, but they also have expected me to stay quiet about it, but not anymore. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly why I've cut toxic people out of my life and how I finally took my power back as a result. And if you'd like to learn how to do the same and how to walk away successfully, let me help you. Book a free discovery call with me. The link's in the description down below. At the end of the day, no one has spoken about the power of walking away on YouTube more than me. I've been doing it for years. And it originally started 5 years ago when I was inspired to walk away from a toxic relationship. And then I walked away from toxic family, friends, and other disrespectful, rude people along the way. And I've inspired millions of people to do the same. I've got over 6 million views on this channel. I'm not saying that to flex, to say that I know what I'm talking about. I know what it takes. I know what it means to go no contact. I know what it means to block someone. And I also know what it means to come to terms with a toxic person. And by coming to terms, it's not looking for the closure. It's not looking into their eyes and wishing them all the best. It's coming to terms with the fact that you're dealing with a very difficult, very disrespectful person. And nobody, not your parents, friends, no one taught you how to deal with it. Instead, they inspired and taught you to be a people pleaser. They told you to lie down and take it, metaphorically, to just accept it, turn the other cheek, give them the benefit of the doubt, be the bigger person. And where has that gotten you? What success has that brought you? What change for the better has happened? Absolutely nothing. You just get repeatedly trotted all over, disrespected, cheated on, scammed, lied to, and your needs, wants and desires, forget it. They're never going to be met. I'm not just talking about a romantic relationship. I'm talking about friends. And I'm especially talking about family. I never saw that one coming, with family literally stabbing me in the back, hurting and betraying me. And me doing my research and speaking to people and networking and realizing that I wasn't alone. This is a very common trend. Families are falling out more than ever before. Not just parents, but siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, etc. I've cut toxic people out for one reason and one reason alone. Because they are not worthy of my time. They're not worthy of my energy. And I've realized that my peace is a non-tradable commodity. Meaning that the peace in my life, I won't exchange it for anything else. That peace and quiet to go to bed at night. The peace in my own home. The peace in my social life. The peace in my business. And so much more. Toxic people are out of control. And thanks to social media, the pandemic, and various other reasons that I won't go into today, they're more out of control than ever before. They come in all shapes and sizes, all ages. And the more forgiving you are, the more naive you are, the more likely you're going to get badly burned. If I could go back in time and prevent myself from the hurt, the pain, the suffering, and the time I wasted, I'd do it in a heartbeat. But I can't. Hence why, at 38 now, I'm relaying this message to you. It doesn't matter how old you are, or where you are, what you've been through. You got to cut them out. Because there'll be no reasoning, no compromise, no negotiation where you come out on top. Let's break down why in more detail I've cut toxic people out. Toxic people feed off chaos. Now, if you're a subscriber to this channel, you work with me and you watch my content, I can pretty much guarantee you don't feed off chaos. You want a simple, easier life, a peaceful life, a happy life, a healthy life. Cool, I get that. But they don't want that. They don't want peace. They don't want consistency. They don't want health. They don't want happiness. They don't want smooth sailing. They don't want to sort their problems out. They don't want to take responsibility. Instead, they want control. They twist your words, flip the script, and act like you're the problem. That's gaslighting 101. That's manipulation wrapped in good intentions. So, in a toxic romantic relationship, for example, your words will be thrown back against you. They'll never apologize. They'll never take responsibility. And they are master deflectors. It's like playing tennis with them. No matter which way you serve it back, they'll hit it back to you. They will twist words and flip scripts and humiliate and embarrass you. And here's the thing, you cannot win. No matter what tactic you use, what argument, even if you want to debate, you cannot win. They are master manipulators, world-class actors and actresses, and you're the problem. Now, you're not the problem. You're just provoked, but you're gaslighted to believe you're the problem. If I came to you and prodded you with a stick or a pitchfork for hours on end, you're going to snap. But from the outside looking in, you look like the problem, don't you? Because you've completely gone ballistic. But nobody saw me coming up to you, not that I would ever do that, by the way, and prodding you with a fork or a pitchfork, stick, whatever. You're provoked, not toxic. And you're easy to provoke. So stop explaining yourself. Cut the conversation short. Don't engage. Cut them out and move on. Walk away. You cannot reason with an idiot. Oh, but they got a good job. Okay, fine, but they're toxic towards you. Oh, but they've got qualifications. I don't care. At the end of the day, they're a dick to you. They're toxic. They're difficult. You don't need to explain yourself. You can explain yourself to me. I'll get it. Some people will. Toxic people will never get it. So detach. Walk away. Move on. Toxic people have always pretended, especially the narcissists, like they give a damn. They pretended to care and care about you, all until you set a boundary. So the moment you say no or ask for respect, what normally happens with these people? They turn into the Incredible Hulk. They get angry. They flail their arms around. They scream and shout and throw an adult tantrum. When I was in a toxic relationship in the past, I saw that firsthand. Whereas I said no, and it was no different to a toddler screaming, not getting a toy they want. And it was very trivial. I saw it with family. When I said, I can't make this event, whatever. Oh, you are a terrible person. Oh, why didn't you do this? Because they didn't get their way. I've seen it with friends. You need to make an effort. You need to do this. I don't need to do anything, mate, if I don't want to. I'm not being selfish, but I've had enough. Why do they go crazy? Because your boundaries threaten their control. A narcissistic woman, for example, in a romantic relationship, wants not a partner, but a puppet to control with the strings, a doormat, a submissive man. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, this. Yes, that. Never answers back, never questions the reality. They see him or her, whatever, as an accessory, not a human being. So it doesn't matter that they were spoiled, rotten, or they could take the piss out of everyone. With you, you need to enforce boundaries with consequences. No more second chances for these leeches. I'm not doing this anymore. If you don't like it, tough. If you do this again, I will not be in contact with you. I can't put up with this anymore. I need to protect my mental health. If you don't do it, who else is going to do it? Toxic people love a guilt trip. I've said already on this video that they're world-class actors and actresses. They're just not professional ones. They can bring up the waterworks and cry the crocodile tears. They can say the right things, humiliate you, and turn people against you who are just as thick and naive as them. They'll say things like, oh my God, you've changed. What's got into you? Since you've met that person, since you've done this, you're not the same anymore. They'll call you selfish and entitled and rude. Or they'll play the victim. They'll say you're toxic. They'll call you the narcissist. This is all a trap. A trap to keep you small, obedient, and submissive. With the right person, you don't need to be small or obedient or submissive. You just need to be yourself. And they accept it whether they like it or not, and you do the same. But with a toxic person, remember, they're the puppeteer. And they need a puppet to move, talk, act, and behave, sing and dance the way they want it. So, you need to understand that even if you try to enforce boundaries, they're going to play cards that will tug at your people-pleasing and your emotional wounds inside of you, which will lead to an argument. But I don't want you to argue. I don't want you to justify. And again, I don't want you to explain yourself. Just walk away. Silence is power. And they'll carry this on, the guilt trip. They'll threaten everything. But it's all words. You don't need that. And once they've calmed down, once the dust is settled, they'll move on to someone else to annoy. You have a choice in your life, either in a romantic relationship, friendship, or even family, to keep these people around or at a distance with incredible boundaries, or to cut them out completely. I can guarantee you this: by keeping them around, it will slowly kill you. It's not just an emotional thing, this is a physical thing. You will be more stressed than ever before, incredibly burnt out, have the worst anxiety and panic attacks, and you'll stop sleeping. Toxic relationships of any kind, toxic people, rot your life from the inside out. The best decision I've ever made in my life is cutting toxic people out. Hence why I've always told others to do the same. If anyone drains you more than they lift you up, they've got to go. And don't wait for them to go. Do what I did, and many others. Cut them out. Walk away. It's the only option you've got. You're not here to save toxic people, fix them, heal them. You need to free yourself from their prison. And the sooner you do this, the sooner your life takes a tremendous turn for the better. So if you're ready to stop tolerating toxic people and cut the dead weight from out of your life and have the strength to stay strong and no contact, talk to me. I know exactly how to do it. And I've helped so many others do the same. Let me help you. Book a free discovery call with me. The link's in the description down below. Let's work together to let them go once and for all. Remember, if you expect them to go, they never will. They'll overstay their welcome. Cut their stay short by simply cutting them out of your life.